My daughter's garage here, early on a Saturday morning with another quick and dirty video. Disclaimer, garage doors are under a ton of tension. If you touch anything, kind of know what you're touching. The springs on them and stuff can kill people. So I do a lot of dumb things, and I pay the price sometimes, and do it at your own risk. So know what you're doing or don't touch it. Anyway, that said, I didn't touch anything to do with the tension. I just was dealing with the track and the garage door opener itself. And let me show why. So, recently got a MaxJax. Thank you, Brian. Right? Bolted to the ground. Each anchor can hold 16,000 pounds. Strong. Awesome. In addition to that, picked up these. They're basically for pipe fitting. They're for pipe welding and stuff like that, but they can hold 2,500 pounds. So when I put the car in the air, I put one under the front, one under the back. Anyway, what I found with the multitude of cars, the S2000 can go all the way to the ceiling, no problem, right? It's just top down. Obviously, you have the most clearance. But I realized with the TL or the Audi, I couldn't go to the top lock. So I needed to gain some extra clearance. Now, in Brian's garage where he was doing the double stack, he paid and had a real, like a side mount motor installed and then a high lift kit. So I was kind of curious if I could just gain, I just needed a few inches to be able to get to, I don't know if it's the top lock, because definitely on the Cherokee or anything bigger, you can't get to the top lock. The roof is too high. But on the other cars, you should be able to. So just to get to the top lock, you're short a couple of inches where it's just barely not clearing or the door ribs, right? So I'll show you. So basically with just some adjustments, I was able to gain about 5 inches of clearance between the door opener and the top of the car. And I want to say 3.5, 4 inches. So basically I made my own rigged high mount by angling that. So what I did was I loosened, they're 1/2-inch bolts. I loosened both of these. I loosened the one on the actual wooden framing so that this could kind of tilt. That wasn't totally necessary, but I loosened that one. I loosened these two, and I loosened the one up there, which I might have forgotten to tighten the other one. I gotta tighten that. I loosened that one, both of these, and then the one on the frame here. And then obviously I came up here, popped the bolt out, put it as high as I could go without creating too much of a crazy angle, and which was 4 up for me, which obviously that'll vary, but most people have these horizontally. I also researched whether or not that was okay, and they say a lot of professionals say that they should actually be angled a little bit to help with the weight so that they're not starting off. It kills them. It doesn't kill the motor, but it'll kill the motor sooner when it starts off completely even like that, to lift that weight every time. So kind of having it sloped slightly where the motor is kind of angled down and the tracks are angled a little bit down is actually helpful, believe it or not. So saying stay away from them. Don't touch that. Do not touch that. That's dangerous. There's a reason why you call in a professional to touch that stuff. And even those guys sometimes get bit. So loosened everything up, moved that to where I wanted it. Yeah, I gotta double check that I tightened this one. Loosened everything up, and then I put a screwdriver here and pried it up, and I tightened it down. Basically what you want is, the most important thing is keeping the smooth transition, because you don't want your wheel to be jumping up and down, because it'll wear down the wheel, and who knows, maybe it'll throw the door off track. So with that said, I gained, from whatever that bolt is down. So if the track here, that bolt to the next bolt hold down is about, I would say 3.5 inches. So pretty much the door ends up 3.5 inches higher. And the garage door opener, I love these, by the way. I don't have good luck with the MyQ system on the Chamberlains and stuff. I just like the Genies. So you go here, look at that, 5.5 inch drop. This thing used to sit, the door was at about 10.5 inches down. So imagine all of that all the way down there. So if you've got a lift or you just need to clear an SUV or something, could be a viable option. Rockstar signing off.